such a pleasure, as always. An unexpected one, but you know you're always welcome here. I would prefer a little bit of warning, though. You never know when I might be in the middle of something. I do have other friends, you know. True, it is about time you probably met them. Though, you might have already. What can I do for you today? More questions. My dear, you've been coming here and asking me questions for a couple of months now. It really hasn't gotten boring. Well, I do enjoy your company, so come on in. Can I get you anything? Well, since your trips are becoming quite frequent, I've tried to start getting in stock some of the things that you like, in terms of food and beverage-wise. Whatever you'd like. I have quite the selection now. What was that? The topic of beverages is related to why you're here. What? You come to complain about the stock of my pantry? There you go. No, nothing for me. Well, I'm aware that I've had blood in glasses when you've been around, but I do still wonder if you're a little bit squeamish about seeing it. Oh, you're a big, tough little human, yes, I can tell. Well, I sort of got the idea that you were a little bit fearless, or lacking in common sense. What? Darling, you decided to climb your way over a 10-foot gate when you were fairly certain that a vampire lived behind said gate, though you weren't sure, hence why you were coming to try and prove your suspicions. At night time. Well, I understand that you wanted to come at night, because if you came in the day, how were you going to see me? You wanted to observe me walking around. I am glad that you chose to do that, rather than try and break your way in during the day. I cannot say that I am in the best mood when I'm suddenly awoken. You would forgive me for thinking that you were an intruder, hell-bent on staking me. I'm glad it didn't come to that. I'm quite a delight. Well, I don't make a habit of attacking people, but, you know, monster hunters exist. Sometimes you're rudely awoken to someone standing over you with a big wooden stick in their hands. What do you expect me to do? And you're not here to question what my body count is. You said something about beverages. Or would you possibly have to ask me about that? Oh, I see. It's not what you drink. You want to ask about what I drink. Have you not asked enough questions? Surely I've answered everything you could have possibly thought of by now. Fine, I'll answer things again. What is this? double checking your work. Go on then. Sunlight questions again. We've been over this. So you are stalking me. Look at you splutter. You saw me outside during the evening before the sun set. How could you possibly have seen me? In the woods? What were you doing in there? Trying to meet a friend. A friend who, what, lives in those woods or is partial to them? And there's so many people who fit that description. Do not wonder why I allude to certain things, and why possibly I could have been in that same spot in the woods, or leaving said spot. You know, myself and dear, sweet Arden go way back. You're not jealous, are you? Have we what? Darling, I don't think asking about what myself and my dear werewolf get up to was on your planned list of questions. Oh, they are now. I'm trying to think what he would feel good about me telling you. I wouldn't want to break his confidence. No, we're not married or in love. I mean, I love him, but I'm not in love with him, and he's not in love with me. We're good friends, yes. If you want to ask something, just spit it out. Because I am going to put you through the torture of having to spit it out. I'll just pretend as if I don't know what you're trying to ask unless you say it. Yes, we've been intimate. We might currently be intimate. Does that bother you? Why are you apologizing? Darling, please. Right. My flirtation is just part of who I am, and I do so with most, but rest assured that when it gets to this level, and I'm willingly letting you in my home, that I do like you quite a lot. And I don't want you to think that now I've been leading you on in any way. By secretly having some werewolf boyfriend, because he is not my boyfriend. I haven't been trying to trick you. If we ever got to a point where you actually asked me out, I might say yes, but I'd make you aware. What is it you call it now? You humans have invented so many terms. Polyamory, yes. I'm not saying that, for me personally, I couldn't fall in love with someone. It just hasn't happened to me yet. For all I know, it might never happen, or for all I know, I may very well fall in love with someone. And if and when I do, I may decide that I no longer want to have fun with anyone else other than them. Or I may feel like they are the only one I want to be with, romantically, intimately, but still want other things with other people. And what myself and Arden have is more than friendship, but as I say, we're not in love with each other. Sort of a queer platonic partnership, but with sex involved. Does that make any sense? He comes to me when he needs taking care of. Does that shock you? The big bad werewolf, grumpy little thing, might not be have the dynamic that you thought he did. He can do, but when he comes to me, I'm here to take care of him. Let him forget about everything else for a little while. And he can't get that anywhere else, or he doesn't trust anyone else with it. He trusts you. He talks about you all the time. I don't know if he trusts you with that part of himself. I know he's let some things slip. I don't mean to be breaking his confidence like this. Trust me, me and him have talked about it. I know what he's comfortable with me telling you. Not that he probably expected it to be so soon, but you are a very good little investigator, aren't you? Ever so curious. I should have seen it coming. You'd find out about people so quickly. Oh, I've known you've been seeing him, darling. I'm aware that the two of you have not been intimate, but just simply shaking hands with him gets the stench of him all over you. If you met a werewolf and then didn't see another one for a month and then came to me, I'd still be able to smell it on you. And I know his scent very well. Does this upset you? I'm sorry if it does. It doesn't make me want to spend time with you any less. If it changes things for you, then you know where the door is. Oh, well, you're welcome to continue to be my friend. But I won't be getting rid of Arden just so that I can have you in a more intimate way. Then we have nothing to worry about. And you had more questions to ask me. You're squirming quite a bit now. Why? Are you thinking about what I said? That I like to take care of people. Come on, then. Wait, did you... That's not... I meant, come on, then. Ask me the questions that you wanted to, the whole reason that you turned up here. I didn't mean... I wasn't offering to... Well, I suppose I was. I mean, if you were wanting to take me up on the offer of taking care of you for a little while, I'm not going to turn you down. But that wasn't what I meant. Oh, sweet thing. I didn't mean to embarrass you. Here, do you want to pass me the list of questions and I can just, read them off for you. Let's see. Yes, sunlight again. Oh, you can go and hide in your hands over there. You can remember what I say and make notes later, right? So, sunlight, yes, well, it wasn't the middle of the burning day sun when you saw me. Sunlight's not as toxic as it used to be. I mean, it very much still is for us, but people have invented a lot of things over time, and with the right, sun cream, sunglasses, normally have to have some sort of umbrella or parasol, cover up as much of my skin as I can in clothing, and I'm fine to be out there for an hour or two. Not if it was incredibly sunny and warm, but yes, I can go outside in the daytime. I can't believe you didn't already know that. I suppose it's not something I thought to bring up. And you've never come around here in the daytime, so... What are we doing in the woods? Darling, please, I do have class. I went to see how he was. If I was going to do anything to him, it would be in a bed, for God's sake. Or at least in my rooms. It's just so easy to make you blush. I thought it was easy before. You wanted questions about... Is it on the next page? Ah, I skipped one. Paper's sticking together. So... What does it taste like is a sort of hard question to explain. Of course, you could taste it yourself, but it wouldn't taste the same to you. Blood sort of tastes different depending on the emotions the other person is feeling at the time. Whether they are scared, whether they are offering it willingly. To me, well, for one, I would not take blood unwillingly. And if I did, I much prefer the taste of it willingly. I suppose that gives away the fact that it has happened unwillingly. When I was first turned, when a lot are, you're pretty much like a rabid animal for the first few days. There was nothing I could have done to stop myself from feeding. And some people, I suppose, like the taste of fear. And of course, you can elicit that consensually. But... no, I quite find willingness and arousal to be quite sweet. Is it arousing to drink blood? I mean, it depends. I mean, you humans, some of you like to do things with food, right? You may not be aroused when you eat chocolate, but if you were doing a little food play in the bedroom, then yes, so normally, no, I don't get turned on when I eat. But if I'm drinking straight from the source, biting into someone, and we are being intimate, then yes, but that's because of the circumstances. What does it feel like to be bitten? I don't know if I'm the best person to ask. I wasn't exactly turned willingly. Not that biting is what causes the turn, which you already know by now. I have to drink from you, and then you would have to drink from me. But if I just bit someone, they'd still be human. Unless I drained them dry, and then they'd just be dead, but... From the feedback I've gotten, I'm told it can feel quite pleasurable. When it's done consensually, of course. I mean, plenty of humans already like being bitten by each other, so... I suppose it would sting a little more. Fangs are quite sharp, but our saliva can act as a sort of numbing agent. Only when we plan it to. If I were to kiss you, you'd still be able to feel your lips afterwards, but when biting, there may be a little bit of numbness around the skin after the initial sharp puncture, and then, well, have you ever been choked? What I mean is to say, you will feel quite lightheaded, as you would if you were being choked a little, which a lot of people can find quite pleasurable. But what had such questions on your mind? Well, of course, it's natural to want to ask about how I feed, but to have written down if it arouses me, how it feels for the receiver. Why did you really come here today? Well, normally when you want to just ask me some questions, you either text them to me or you tell me in advance that you want to come over for a little interview. But you haven't even been making notes this entire time, even before I snatched your little book away. So what did you want? Or was it just to ask me about Arden? No, I thought not. He seemed a little embarrassed to bring it up, so what did you actually come here for? Yes, you're curious about bites, I can tell. You want to be able to be thorough in your research. You want to know firsthand how it feels. I see. No, I'm alright. I suppose I expected this eventually. Most humans who have a fascination with vampires do often have a fantasy about being bitten by one. Sometimes that's all they want from me, which I frankly have no interest in at all. I'm not here to be someone's little sex toy. I've got feelings, you know. But with you... Well, this wasn't the first question you asked me, was it? You've actually gotten to know me. But I ask then, are you asking me to bite you, drink from you, just as a scientist? Or would you ask this of any vampire, or are you asking because it's me? As much as I've made it clear that I am having sort of casual sex with someone, myself and Arden do care deeply about each other. I have to care about every person that I am intimate with, and to me, biting someone directly is intimate. I personally get no joy out of doing it to a stranger, no matter how consensually it is. So I need to know. If you want me to bite you just to know how it feels and take research notes on it. Or if you're asking because you like me and trust me enough to do it. Thank you all so much for watching, my lovelies. A reminder that audio commissions are currently open, and I also have a Ko-fi and a Patreon. If everyone who followed me donated just £1 a month, that would help me out a lot. There are numerous different rewards on my Patreon, including access to my Discord server, your name read aloud in the credits, and exclusive Not Safe for Work audios that you patrons get to request. All of my socials, but especially my Discord, I try to make the most inclusive, safe space for all of you. And a big thank you to my fledglings, Kryek, Phoenix Jan, Antichrist, Aviana Brent, Donut Rebel, Victor's Divorce Lawyer, Enter, Whipson, Kim, Leviathan, Sherty, and Maverick Hawthorne. And a thank you to my familiars, TRO Voodoo Doll, Neuron Name, Julia, Abby Clayton, Maximum, Isabel, Your Friend Blue, Sleepy, Cello Moon, Rio, Derice, Dandelion, Saladeria,